Okay, so today we're going to make Weet-Bix Marshmallow Slice. I don't know about you, but this was a slice that my mum used to make when I was a little girl, and I cannot wait to share it with my girls as well. So the first thing we have to do is make our slice base. I have got 4 Weet-Bix that I have just crushed in my bowl here. We're going to add in 1 cup of self-raising flour, 1 cup of desiccated coconut, half a cup of brown sugar. I have 175 grams of butter that I have melted. I prefer to use unsalted butter when I cook. It just makes that you don't have to have all the added salt in your cooking. You can add the salt later, which means that you can also measure how much you want to add. Now we also have 1 teaspoon of vanilla or half a teaspoon of vanilla paste. This is the brand that I like to use here. And we're going to stir this all together. And now we're just going to place the mixture into our slice pan. Okay, so now this is going to go into the oven on 160 degrees fan forced, and it's going to cook for about 20 minutes. And now it's time to get onto the marshmallow topping. What we're going to do is bloom our gelatin first. So we need 1 tablespoon of gelatin powder and half a cup of water. Give that a stir and set it aside. So what you want to do is make sure that it's all incorporated beautifully and no lumpy bits. And then we'll just set that aside while we get on with the next part. So now we're going to add 2 cups of caster sugar to our saucepan. You could also use white sugar if you don't have caster sugar. And we're going to use the leftover of our water. Give that a little stir. And now we're just going to add a little bit of vanilla, half a teaspoon of vanilla paste or 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we're going to just stir that together. Now we're going to pop this on the stove. We're going to heat it on low heat until it starts to come to the boil, and then we're going to boil it for 3 to 4 minutes. Then we're going to add in our gelatin. Okay, so now the sugar and the water has been boiling for 3 to 4 minutes, and now it's time to pour our bloomed gelatin in. So we're just going to pour that in carefully. Make sure you scrape all of that leftover gelatin out. You want to make sure that you get every little bit. Now we're just going to stir that through to melt. Turn the heat off the stove and just stir it until all of the gelatin is incorporated into the sugar syrup. And we're just going to let that cool for about 10 minutes or so. Now it's time to whip up our marshmallows. So I'm going to take you over to the stand mixer and show you what to do. So this is what your marshmallows should look like. It is nice and glossy. Can you see that? And so thick, it's beautiful. Now what we're going to do now is add in some food coloring. You can of course stir the food coloring through, but I'm just going to pop it back in the KitchenAid just to make sure that it mixes evenly. And we're going to go for just about that much. And this is our beautiful pink marshmallow that we've made. Isn't that just gorgeous? So just give it a stir with your spatula just to make sure that all of that colour has been incorporated. And now it's time to pour it into our tin. So there we have our marshmallow Weet-Bix slice. And I'm just going to give it a little dusting with some coconut. And we're going to pop this in the fridge for at least 1 hour to set. What you want to do is be able to lightly press in the middle and make sure that it is set all over before you start to slice it.